Hey YouTube, what's up? Member 1205 here for Hot Camaro channel. So today I am interested in showing you, it's not really Camaro specific at all. It's not even car specific, but it could certainly relate back to those of you that that haul your cars, like you go to track days, things like that, or if you've got a move coming up and you're looking to transport a long distance, you need to put the car on a trailer or in a trailer. I see a lot of stuff online that's inaccurate, it's misleading. I see a lot of people towing that are just doing this plain old wrong. So what I wanted to do is just give you 2 tips today about how to attach the safety chains of a trailer and give you a little bit of demonstration about why it goes that way. So let's take a look, and I'll give you the tips and explain why these are useful and why you should do them this way. All right, so for the purposes of the video today, I'm not doing this with a live vehicle because it would be a lot more difficult to do. But what I did do is I went ahead and clipped the hitch that I use on my truck whenever I pull any trailer, including my big equipment trailer. This is likely never going to be a trailer that you'll see a Camaro sitting on because it is an equipment trailer. It's not designed to load cars, hold cars, yada, yada, yada. But the point is, everything that goes on up here is the same pretty much across all trailers. So tip number 1, if you take a look at the way that the chains are connected and such, you'll see that typically, now this is not true on U-Haul trailers, for example, but typically you'll have one chain that's connected to one side and then the other chain is connected to the other side of the tongue. What some people do is they bring these chains straight out when they connect them to the tow vehicle, and some people put them underneath and cross them. Now, the first thing to understand is that crossing the chains is absolutely the right thing to do. Do not connect these with the one on the passenger's side going to the hook on the passenger side and similar on the driver's side. Cross them. But the reasoning is not what you will find on most forums and videos. Everybody says to do it because it creates a sort of basket to catch the hitch if there was a problem, and that's why you do it. So if we look at it head on, right? So if this were connected straight up, you see where there's nothing under the hitch. But if I cross them, you can see where it does cross underneath and can create a bit of a basket to catch that hitch. That is true. It can and likely will do that, but that is not why you cross them. So I'm going to grab that piece of wood, set some stuff up here a little bit, and then I'm going to actually show you with video why you cross them. All right, here's example number 1. I've got the hitch basically straight out from the trailer. I'm just kind of holding this this piece of I think it's really a piece of a railing balustrade that I cut down, but it's like a 2x2 piece of wood, right? So anyway, I'm holding this roughly at the point where the connection points would be on the tow vehicle, and it is, as you can see, perpendicular to the hitch. Now, if the vehicle comes around this way, what you're going to see is we can develop a pretty deep sag in the chain. Now, the chains on this trailer are only 24 inches, so that sag doesn't get too bad, but in some cases, that sag can be bad enough, and you can see where I don't even have it full length, right? I got it draped over, but in some cases, that sag could be bad enough that if you're turning, you could actually be dragging that chain on the ground. That's bad. Now, without moving the chain, if the vehicle turns the other way, you can see where it starts to get tight. Not bad. Not bad at all. The problem is much, much worse if instead of being fairly straight on like this, if instead the connection point for the chain is further out. So you see where there's an angle here, right? So now when we make this turn this way, you see it tightening up, tightening up, tightening up. And then the chain, I don't know that the video caught it, but the chain actually slid back towards the hitch. So you go one way, you create this giant sag, which is bad. You go the other way, and it gets significantly tightened up, and it could actually bind. Both problems. Let me reset this, showing this crossed, and we'll do it again. Okay, next example. Board's in the same place. I have the chain attached, or lapped over, I should say, basically the same way. Hitch is straight on from the trailer. If we go back this way, when it used to sag really badly, you notice that I'm not getting a real deep sag. stays in a pretty good height. If I come back this way, where it previously would have bound, I actually get a little bit of sag on this side. So the end result here is that crossing the chains is a safety measure designed to keep the chains from binding when your tow vehicle goes one direction and sagging to the point where it drags on the ground when your tow vehicle goes the other direction. Yes, it does form a crisscross underneath that in the event of a severe problem where the hitch were to come uncoupled or something, yes, it could potentially catch the tongue of the trailer and prevent it from nosediving right into the ground. Yes, it could. But that's not the primary reason. The primary reason is, well, math, geometry. So at any opportunity that you get, cross the chains. Okay, tip number 2. Now, I told you that this is a 24-inch chain. Can obviously go a pretty good distance out in front of both the tongue and the hitch, right, and beyond. What happens if this is too long? What happens if you're doing, let's say, a small landscape trailer type of connection, right, where you can actually put the hitch right on a ball that's connected right to your bumper, and the chain would actually connect essentially right here. That's an awful lot of sag, right? That's down pretty close to the ground. How do you combat that? The answer is you twist the chain. Just turn it and turn it and turn it. The chain will start to look a little funny. And I'm going to do this quite a bit here for effect because I want to show you just how much of a difference this can make. You saw how far it protruded beyond the hitch before, and look at how much I shortened that up just by twisting it. Does not change the strength, doesn't change the characteristics. It'll still sag, it'll come back up, but you can adjust the actual working length of the chain simply by twisting it. I'm not saying that you should twist this until you get it tight. Twist it until you get a good working length. Remember, you do want some sag. With it crossed, you can adjust the sag a little more so you get this nice little like kind of basket in it. And then that's about it. That's all you got to do. There you have it. That's it. 2 very simple little tips. I see a ton of people doing this wrong, and it's something that I learned a really long time ago. Not just to do these things, but why to do these things, and it's really to protect your tow vehicle, your trailer, your cargo, and in my view, most importantly, everybody around you. When you tow correctly, you tow safely. And when you tow safely, you protect everybody and everything that's out there to the best of your ability. So take these tips to heart. Next time you got to connect a trailer, doesn't matter what you're towing behind you, but next time you got to connect a trailer, whether it's a landscape trailer, cargo trailer, equipment, you're towing a motor, an RV type of thing, a camper trailer, doesn't matter. Use these tips any and every time you have to connect the safety chains of a trailer, and you will always be towing correctly and as safely as you can with regard to the chains. Till next time, Ember 1205, out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.